Minister for Trade and Industry, Maxwell Motwane, His Excellency High Commissioner to India, Madhav Chandra, Honorary Secretary, Botswana Hindu Society, Harish Pathak, Past Chairman, Trustees, ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion of completion of 108 times recitation of Ramayana, this is the third Mala in Botswana, I pass my heartiest congratulations and felicitation to all of you sitting here. I'm here and I have to be within time limit. The topic on which I'm speaking is from ancient Upanishad and things like that, and some of the words are difficult to translate. If I get involved in translation, then I'll take too long time, which I'm not awarded. So with my due apology from some of you, some of my words, some of my part of the speech will be in Hindi, and I'll try to translate it as much as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Guru Granth Sahib, which we seek follow, there's a Gurbani called Anand Sahib. Anand Sahib is supposed to be recited every day in the morning. I won't go in much detail of it, but there is one line there which is quite interesting. Please listen. Jo sukh ko chahe sada sharan ram ki le. So we are here now today in the Sharan of Ram. Let me give you a little bit of details of what I'm talking about and how to achieve that end. Those of you who have read history, especially the religious history, religion history, for 10,000 years ago, there were only two religions in the world. Jews in the Middle East and Aryas in the Far East around India. Those Aryas, they are nothing but Hindus. As the time passes, the Jews, they bifurcated into Muslims and Christians. And those Hindus, they further bifurcated into Jain, Buddha and Sikh. And that's why there are a lot of similarities in these two groups. Like for example, without wasting much time, Jews, Muslims and Christians, all of them, they bury their dead. Whereas the other side I was talking about, Hindus, Buddha, Jain, Sikh, they cremate their dead. And I'm now coming to more interesting part. Jews, they believe in their superpower, their own Messiah. He was called Abraham. And you know what Ab means in Middle East? Shri. So you can see they were following Shri Ram, Abraham. Now, going into this detail at this time may not be possible, but let me sum up that when we descended from there, at present day, today, in this modern world of scientific age, we can divide our own age into three parts. The biological age, which we have, how many years have passed. And the second age is the IQ, the mental age. And the third one is the age of the heart. We cannot do anything about our biological age. The time has to pass. And we can also not do much about man ki umar. But man, heart, is very, very faithful organ in our body. You can take it up or down. He is very obedient. He listens to you. The third type, which is the most important, is the brain. There is hard fact, historical fact, that you can develop brain to any extent you want. And how to do it? Through concentration, through meditation. You have heard of quite a few saints, born like human beings, but they have achieved the zenith of spirituality through this process. Can you do something about the noise outside? Sorry, I was saying that some of our great saints like Buddha, his childhood name was Siddhartha Gautam. Mahavir Jain, his childhood name was Vardhaman, and many others. In fact, you name anybody whom we worship, they were born in a human form. But through meditation and concentration, they achieved certain stage where they became superhuman beings. Gautam Buddha meditated for over 6 years in Gaya, in Bihar, and Mahavira also meditated for over 12 years. So this power of meditation is what is it after all? It's nothing but when you turn the switch towards you inside. Now how you do that? Ancient yogis in India, they have achieved that stage by worshipping for or meditating for years and years. But in modern time, do you think we have time to do that? No. So there is Centipede Research Institute in America, in Ohio State, who have done 30 years of research on this topic. They call yogis from India, and they have come to a conclusion that when you concentrate, when you try to get inside, what happens that the two lobes of your brain, which are at the back of every human being, the end of it, they become more closer. And when they become more closer, that's when you achieve salvation. And they can become more closer by meditating or concentrating. But then, like I said, who has time for so many years? It's a very slow process. So they developed a catalyst, and it's a fact through research, where you listen to some infrasound waves which are not audible to human beings. So they superimpose on those infrasound waves onto audible sounds, and then you listen to those CDs. The part 1 is for 14 days, and then part 2 is for about 3 months regularly through headphones, where you get sound of different frequency from left ear and the right ear. Some people have tried this in Botswana, and I won't mind naming one very big intellectual scholar Professor Kiran Bhagat, who is a cardiologist. So my friend, ladies and gentlemen, what I am saying, I think I've lost my track where I was saying that I'll speak in Hindi and ancient things anyhow. My time is very limited. What you have to do? You have to make compartments in your mind. One, for what you are doing. Whether you are a doctor, you are a professor, or you are teaching, or you are a businessman, you are doing business. When you are doing that, you do that only. And do it thoroughly, with all dedications. The second compartment you have to make is for your society, for your friends, for your family, most important. And when you are with them, you be with them. And the third one, and the most ignored part of it, is yourself. Give time to yourself. Practice what I am saying is a very, very complex issue. I cannot even give you a tip of the iceberg in such a short time. I need at least 30 discourses to just let you know what I am talking about. But this souvenir which you are going to get today, there's one article on page 41. It gives more details. I hope you will read that. What I said that give time to yourself means you try to get inward. Attain the stage of Shunya. And that is possible. That means you are going back to where you have started. You are becoming a child. But at the same time, the intellectual gains you have achieved are still there. So with that, you can lead a life of real happiness, prosperity, and social character. Basically, you pass through 3 stages. And those 3 stages are, the first one is called Jinmai, the second one Shatori, and the third one is Shruti. When you try to do something looking inward, you're working, you're going to do your profession or whatever you are, but at the same time you don't forget your roots. Becoming more and more introvert. In Dhampada, this stage has been called Jinmai. Then the next stage of it, that means when you have meditated for a longer time, you go into a stage which they call Shatori, where you become very much aware of what you are inside, where you come from, and what is your aim in life, and why God has sent you to this place, and how to live a life without much bothering about the outside, what is going on. In Hindu mythology, Nirvana, the stage of Nirvana or Moksha, is very well known. That comes after that stage. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has called that stage Shruti.